Hi all, this is Daisycakes, and I just wanted to tell you there was a little, this is a clip from a video of me introducing a video left by the stalker, but in this clip I'm talking to you about meetings and how they changed, and it's very interesting because a lot of people don't believe when I say that my meetings were full of people from the Austin State Hospital, but let me go ahead and not the meeting rooms, but the areas around the meetings, the common areas and outside areas. But let me go ahead and introduce it to you to see if it sounds more authentic this way.
I had full custody of them, and they went to the Al-Anon meetings with me. They grew up in them. They went from 2004 to as often as they wanted to go after that, basically until they were out of my house. So 18, I guess. And they were great. You know, they had a babysitting room, and there was a nice guy there. And he was the secretary guy when I first got there, and he was so sweet to them, and they just loved him. And he would help them with their homework and stuff when they didn't want to be in the room if they wanted to. So I just want to tell you, I never quite look the same. So, I mean, this is Katie. You can tell from my voice, but there could be, I mean, if a stalker ever tries to imitate me, then that's just how it goes, y'all. I can't really control that. I can't help that I look different if I straighten my hair or if I wear makeup or if I don't wear makeup. I mean, I just look different. So, let me think. So, yeah, so they grew up in the Al-Anon rooms, right? Well, I had to stop going for like 2 or 3 years to that meeting. I did go down south to the South Austin St. David's Hospital meetings and also to the St. David's on 35. It was pretty easy for me to get to, and so I went there a lot, and I went to, a lot of meetings in Austin. I went to a lot of Westlake meetings. I went to a lot of meetings in general. So those were easier considering where I was living, and I didn't have any trouble, okay? But when I went back, because I started drinking more heavily, the whole time I was drinking, alcohol is legal, y'all, no shame there. And I started drinking more heavily, and so I ended up going back to the other meetings because I had always liked the alcoholics there, the tone that they had to their AA meetings. They're always very welcome in the central Austin area. And so I went there, and I trusted the babysitting. Well, you know, when someone has good babysitting, then you just know that they're going to end up being good people, like really solid people to try to be around. So I went back, and the meeting had changed a lot. There was a lot of people from the Austin State Hospital there. And I tell you that because I'm a special, what is going on with this thing? Is it the tablet causing shadow? I'm not sure, y'all. But anyway, I'm a special ed teacher by trade. And so I recognize these different emotional disabilities when I see them from a distance. And I realized that this was going to be different. So I went ahead and undertook the meetings with kind of a watchful eye to myself. I did not let my kids go anymore once that started. And I didn't let them meet me there. I would let them meet at Central Market beforehand, and we did stuff around the town, but they didn't really come to the meetings after that because I was confident. They were already going to church themselves. I had found them a youth group that I wanted them to try so they'd be familiar with that life. And they were going there on Wednesdays and Sundays, and so I felt like that was kind of enough. And they really needed to, unless they felt called upon to ask to go to Al-Anon, which they were perfectly old enough to do, or AlAnon, I felt like it was better for them to just do whatever they thought was best. And they had AlAnon books and devotionals and stuff of their own, too. So, anyway, I got sober. I had to do I did 60 meetings in 60 days that time. And it was a lot for us to deal with, all of us. And I wasn't at home as much as I wanted to be. But my kids, as I said, were very busy. My eldest daughter was a drum major in the band at that time, or getting to be. And she was always working at practices and after school. And I would go watch those practices and sit in the band stands. And then after they were done, I would make sure that they had dinner. And I would start them on their homework, and I would go to a meeting. And I would be gone from like 6:30 to 9, and then I would come home. And that was pretty much most nights. It was like I was working a part-time job, but it still was less supervision than I was used to having
For 60 days.
At some point. it was their therapy probably, but mostly, that was interesting and different. They were used to me being basically at their beck and call, and I was very happy to do that for them for as long as I could. But let me think what else. So the meeting started filling up with people from the state hospital, both workers and patients and other people. And I'm not talking about the actual meeting rooms because I wouldn't mention that. I meant the common areas and parking lots and things. And that got to be very difficult. Well, the people that are stalking me here are also kind of those kinds of people. They're former prison guards and mental institution workers are very similar. The calling is kind of the same, and so they might cross over a lot. But I have personally know quite a few people that have crossed over from one job to the other and back again.
And I should say also that the parents of the parents of those red kids that were following me around and my aide's old family that wanted me to live with them also followed me to those meetings. So it was very upsetting. And they also followed me up here, and I'm still not sure what they're upset about, but they seem to be upset about something. So thank you for watching. Please tune in for more, and keep watching the Daisy Cakes and Snowman Show podcast episodes to follow shortly.